Hello and welcome to Katie Creates. Today, we are going to be making a comic book cover. Or a comic book page? I don't know exactly. Let's just say it's a comic book style. I recently went to a comic book store. It has been a long time since I've been to one because, well, there's not many around, and also with the internet, there's not really that much need to go to comic book stores because, well, why pay to read a comic book when you can just go online and look up the story or read the story or even watch a YouTuber explain the story? So, I mean, it's still nice to have. I mean, there's nothing better than the real thing, just holding it in your hands, you know? I mean, I don't really know anybody who still buys comic books. I mean, I'm sure there's tons, probably, collectors and all that. But personally, I just don't know anybody. I have some comic books. I'm not a collector, or even if I buy a book that just so happens to be part of a bigger story, you need to buy multiple other books to figure out how that story ends. I don't buy it because, well, I don't have money, so I can't. And also, it just feels like a really waste of space. Not only is it going to be expensive to buy all 10, but also it takes up a lot of space in your collection and stuff. But honestly, if you're gonna do that, I feel like they should all just be combined into one big book and just sell it as one. Now, I went to the comic book store and I bought a comic book, and I was inspired to draw in a kind of comic book style. I wanted to incorporate my style with the comic book, try to make a mixture of it. And I think I did pretty good. My comic book story is Katie Creates, an artist whose superpower is whatever she draws can come to life if she chooses to. She can still make normal artworks that don't come to life. If she wanted some cake, she would just draw some cake and then bam, get it, and she can eat it happily. Or if she wanted some new clothing, wanted to become a fashion designer, bam, wanted an instrument, wanted a car, I don't know, wanted anything, just draw it and bam, there it is. So yeah, that's me as a superhero with my superpower, if I could pick one. And I incorporated a sketchbook so you can see the artwork she does. Also included her and Dumpling, who hang out together. And of course, my lovely cat Foxy. Now, when I went to the comic book store, I bought a comic. It was a Superman and Batman comic together. I tried to find a Venom comic because I really like Venom. I think he's a really cool character and concept. And I wanted to know more about him, but unfortunately, they didn't really have any Venom comics, and the ones they did, it was combined with another. It was like Venom mixed with this alien goo thingy, and it made him green, and yeah, just they had really weird ones. But yeah, none just by himself without being mixed with some weird alien substance. So I went to the next best option, of course, Batman. I love Batman. I mean, how could you not? He's just so cool. Now, in this particular comic book store, they didn't let you open the comics, so you can't really see what the story is, so you only had the cover to judge from. The one I got was Batman and Superman together, and they were fighting together, and it was this really cool, they're in this kryptonite cage. Batman had got shot, and so I was like, oh, this looks like a really cool story. Has a really cool cover. And then I bought it, and I read it, and found out the cover had nothing to do with the story. There's no kryptonite. And Batman, I mean, he kind of gets shot, but kind of doesn't. It's kind of weird and hard to explain without telling you the story, so yeah. I'm kind of disappointed because I really thought the story was going to be something about the cover, and I had high hopes for it, and it did not. It's not a bad story. It's pretty alright. I mean, there was a really good, funny moment, but other than that, the cover was really deceiving, and Yeah. Now, I really got into comic books when I was like 12 years old. And I remember the first one my mom got me was a My Little Pony one. To be fair, I really did like My Little Pony, so I was pretty happy, and it was them being pirates. Unfortunately, what she didn't know is that it left on a cliffhanger and you have to buy the second part. I eventually did buy the second part when I was like 16, because I just needed to know how it ended. Because apparently part 2 was a very rare item and you couldn't find it anywhere. So yeah. But yeah, after that I got a few more My Little Pony comics. And I still have some of them. I got rid of a few. One of them I did keep because it is really rare. Because it's not even being sold anymore, and now it's not even being produced anymore. So now there's only a few handfuls of them, and I just so happen to be one of them. And it's a very gorgeous cover. Whoever was the artist of that cover, wonderful job. Then I got into like Marvel and DC comics. Also, I really love superhero movies. Like last year, the Superman movie came out and it was so good and amazing. I felt like I was a little kid again. And recently I just saw the Spider-Man movie and that was so good. Loved it so much. I'm very excited to see what else Marvel and DC are coming up with movies. I know Marvel has been a little shaky lately, but I'm excited to see what's next. This was a very fun drawing, and one I really got to experiment and play with, especially with the colors. I may have overdone it just a little bit, and I really love just the bottom right corner, that little frame of me and Dumpling, because it's just so cute, and with the little shine on the glasses and the icy, it's just so adorable. I love it. And that's one of the things I like about this drawing is that each little frame is just a whole different artwork. It's a whole different piece. Yet all of them look so good together. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!